my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting on the 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by ReGen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Hello, and welcome to a Tuesday night extravaganza here on twitch.tv/murderrg. Tonight I'll be your host. You might know me as Murda, others might know me as my real name. But I'm not gonna dox myself tonight. What up? What's going on? Thanks for being here tonight. I am Murda. Tonight we got ReGen Phoenix versus the Minion Miners. It's a Division B East matchup. It's actually a flex match, not week 2. You will see that noted on your screens if you're watching on Twitch. It's in the Twitch title. This is a flex match. I want to encourage all of you captains who may or may not be watching right now, schedule those flex matches. Casters like myself and plenty of others around NGS are scratching to get at these flex matches. Extra stuff for us to cast, extra fun for you viewers at home as well. So we are currently in week number 2 of Season 7 NGS. This is Division B East, and last week in week 1, ReGen Phoenix started it off hot, won 2-0, and their opponents, Minion Miners, ended up dropping their first set 1-2. They actually played against Buff Chen. ReGen Phoenix played their match against Dive Hard. So here we are. This is a flex match. Really not too much of a top and bottom of the division has formed yet. It's still so early, but tonight can start putting one of these teams in the right direction. If you're ReGen Phoenix, you grab another 3 points a night. You're sitting on top with 6 points after 2 matches. Would be pretty great for them. And on the other side of the coin, Minion Miners trying to stay in this division early. Don't want to drop their second match in a row, so I'm expecting them to come out solidly tonight. Himibo stepping into the lobby. I see him here already. How's everyone doing at home today? If you were here last night, you got to check out Disturbance up against Luciodology here on my channel. Disturbance won that one 2-0. Division D West. Opening matches for both of those teams. Wow. You got a full 5v5, and I'm getting the bans. Here we go. Phoenix banned out Cursed Hollow. I gotta write this down in my book too. Cursed Hollow and Alterac Pass. Minion Miners banned out Braxis and Towers of Doom. Gonna let these guys know that I am ready to go. I see what lobby we're in. It looks like Volskaya Foundry, as chosen by ReGen Phoenix, will be first draft pick for Minion Miners here in game number 1. I see a few familiar faces lurking right now. I know you're there, so if you're hanging out, you might as well just say hi. It's the nice thing to do, isn't it? A lot of people with Murd names in here. Yeah, I guess so. A few. There's Murder, Mudge. It's kind of close, just missing the R. And then there's Murderin for Minion Miners. And of course, me, your host, Murda. Very moo-moo, as Mudge is saying here. I'm not sure what our delay is right now. Someone's grabbing water? Okay, just a water break. 9:34 here on the East Coast. If you're watching from the West Coast, welcome. Hope you got home from work safely. Maybe you're enjoying the summer sun and just got back from a beach day. I don't know what you did. No matter what it was, I'm glad you're here, wrapping up your night with some Nexus Gaming series, and looks like both these teams are just about ready. I'm going to throw my R out there once again. Urdak99 in chat says, Murderin, much better name, IMO. You know what, when I play Muradin. I call myself Murdadin. It's kind of close to that. But to each their own, I suppose. My friends hate calling me that when I play Muradin, so I don't blame them. One more second. Looks like we lost one player in our lobby, so we are going to be a little bit further into this delay right now. I do apologize for it, and do want to say I appreciate your patience. And I think there are a few other matches going on right now if you're waiting till we get into a full game situation here. But there's a few other matches going on right now. If you flip on over to... Where is that channel? Hello? Here it is. If you flip on over to twitch.tv/JZonHots, you can check out Church of Murky versus Tryhards. Bahamut's got some action right now. It's Division B East, Dive Hard versus Reborn Knights Black. Die for Vision and the Nexus Cats are battling over on Eric with a Knot AC. I don't think you're going to be able to spell that one, but it's Eric with a K, E-R-I-K, with a K-N-O-T-A-C. I don't know. Crazy name. Not very easy to spell out for Twitch. Two players have dropped out of our lobby now. Getting one of them back now. Here's Himibo. Waiting on our final person to rejoin. Not sure who it was, but they should be here soon according to Minion Miners. Cotilli's hanging out. Says, New Flash, I see you as well. Minion Miners got this. Alright, got some Minion Miner fans in the house tonight. Glad to be hosting you here. And here comes Marshall, the final person waiting to join the lobby. I don't know if there's maybe some blizzard lag going on, something with the servers tonight. Has happened plenty of times in the past, I wouldn't be surprised. And there is Marshall, successfully joined in the lobby. Throwing out my ready check. I hope the rest of the players are ready now. Okay, Minion Miner saying they are ready. Waiting to hear now from ReGen Phoenix. And we will shortly be underway with draft number 1. It's going to be Volskaya Foundry as chosen by ReGen Phoenix. First to pick is going to be Minion Miners. 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the draft. Alright, so as mentioned, Minion Miners first on the clock here in the draft. They're going to be on the red side tonight, the right-hand side of your screen. Himibo going to be leading with the draft crown for the Minion Miners. First to ban, 30 seconds on the clock for them to make a decision here, and this is exactly where we always find out what teams are thinking leading in after doing their scouting. They're going to find Maiev and ban her away here on Volskaya. Not a horrible decision because she can really dominate some of these control points. Those Umbral Binds, the pull-ins. Even got a little bit of a tweak now with a little bit of armor reduction on that Umbral Bind if you want to spec into it. Over to ReGen Phoenix now for their first ban. 8 seconds left. Arrow wearing the crown tonight for ReGen Phoenix. They're going to ban out the Abathur. The Slug in the right hand's always a deadly hero. Of course, you really have to wait until level 10 before you come online with your ultimate evolution. But on a map like Volskaya Foundry, you actually can get some value with the Siege. You can get some value with a Mule. And those team fights can happen very quickly where a clone can be of use. So smart ban on Abathur, I don't mind it there. Ana we saw as the second ban for Minion Miners. Now we're 5 seconds left for ReGen Phoenix here. Trying to see what they're going to ban out with their second ban. They're going to take away Falstead. Okay. I do believe he got a few more number tweaks the other day. Was Falstead. Not too much different. I think it's his shields with his W now are a little bit bigger. That bribe build can be so strong, especially on a map like this where those items are so important. Alex Straza, the first hero picked, and it's an early support for minion miners. Their Alex ban now making, or excuse me, their Ana ban now making more sense when you see they're wanting to pick up Alex Straza early. Dragon Queen can get plenty of value here, of course, on those control points. No one wants to fight into it. And when you gotta fight over a point, that could mean the extra little bit you need to get the full control on your side. Malthael and a Nubrak first pick here for ReGen Phoenix, and Mudge, who had opportunity to play a few different heroes last week. I don't believe we saw the Malthael. A Nubrak, though, we've seen Arrow play this hero plenty of times, including last season during his run through the Division C playoffs, where he went ahead and took home the Division C Grand Championship with ReGen Red. Picks 2 and 3. It's going to be Kael'thas and Tyrael. Himibo grabbing Tyrael here. That's the interesting pick. Wondering what they're thinking about doing there. Sanctification would help up against something like a Last Rites Malthael. Or will it be Judgment? You know, I don't think that's out of the question. Cho. Choke? Alright. Interesting. Why ban Cho? You have Malthael. You have a Nubrak. Two really good counters for Cho already. You really think they want to run Cho with Kael'thas, Tyrael, Alex? Okay. Alarak banned out. That was a hero we saw last week out of Mudge a few times. A fantastic Alarak player, obviously a scouting ban. Now we're back on over to ReGen Phoenix. Well, no, I see you in chat, chatting. Friends on both sides. What are you gonna do? At least you're here watching. That's the important part. 10 seconds left here on these 3-4 picks. How do they want to respond to Tyrael? They still don't have their support. They do have their solo lane and their tank. Stukov at support. Orphea for DPS. I know this is a hero she likes to play. I'm kind of worried about Orphea. Haven't seen much of her since the Tuesday patch. She kind of lives or dies off those Qs now. Much more importance because of the changes they made. When you don't miss, you're kind of stuck out there in no man's land. Thrall Phoenix, final two here for Minion Miners, and those are going to be really strong. Thrall for that solo lane. They could also put the Phoenix there if they wanted to. Heck, they could throw Tyrael there if they want as well. Not a true, strong North American style tank. Of course, we've seen Tyrael played out of Korea for years. But Himibo taking maybe a bit of a risk here with Tyrael. Excuse me if I'm speaking out of turn, but you just don't see the Tyrael main tank every day. Of course, I think they can get some extra value with the Alex Straza front line. You get that Dragon Queen later on. Greymane, the final pick here for Darabo. And now we've seen all 5 heroes picked for each team. What do you guys think at home? Let me know, hashtag ReGen or hashtag Minion Miners. Who's going to win game number 1 here on Volskaya Foundry? I don't want to sound biased, because of course it does sound biased, but I do like the draft of ReGen Phoenix just a bit better. I think they have the more orthodox style here. They have a real main tank and a Nubrak who can shut down Tyrael's Sanctification before he ever even gets to cast it. So can throw that Cocoon out on a Dragon as well. I think a Nubrak's going to play a big role in a strong win here for ReGen Phoenix based off of these compositions alone. I'm of course excited to see if Minion Miners can really slap him in the face here with this comp, because if they do, I love it. You know, they will have opportunity for a lot of damage with Thrall, Kael'thas, and Phoenix. So you can't sleep on the Minion Miners here. Here we go, game number 1. And over on the left-hand side, we got Mudge playing Malthael Arrow on a Nubrak. Arya playing Stukov. There's Greymane sported by Darabo. And Murda rounding out the pack on Orphea. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, ReGen Phoenix. Over on the right-hand side, their challengers tonight, we got Sir Mac of Cheese on the Kael'thas. Wezgra playing Alexstrasza. Marshall on Phoenix. Himibo playing the Tyrael? Is that what we decided? Yeah. And down here in the bottom lane, it's ReGen on the Thrall. Love the name. Anything with Murda's gotta be good. Here we go. Level 1 talents are up on your screen. Give you a little zoom out action so you can see what's going on here around the mid. Malthael's up top. Not necessarily the solo lane here on Volskaya, but gonna play the top lane for now as Thrall's already down bottom. Here's the little fight over these minions as the minion miners are first to make the rotation towards the top, where Malthael already up there clearing. Still no one from ReGen Phoenix rotating down to the bottom. And Malthael's gonna assume some double soaking duties at mid as the rest of the team is gonna jump down on bottom. Thrall maybe in trouble with Murderin getting stunned inside that big E from Orphea. First kill of the game belongs to ReGen Phoenix. Less than 1 minute in. Now opportunity to invade an enemy camp with Thrall down for the next 5 seconds. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're moving on. Tyrael's going to walk by. Arrow should have this scouted. He does. Throws out the tail. Just going to scare him away. ReGen Phoenix will successfully be able to steal the camp and the turret. Make an escape without taking much damage at all. Back to these rotations. It's Malthael catching a gravity lapse to the face. Going to be up against Kael'thas for a little bit. Checking out mid. Here's the minion miners clearing it up as Arrow's just trying to soak his pen on a new Barak. Rest of the team for ReGen Phoenix grabbing their second turret. That one's going to be handed over to Darabo. Or did Darabo get the first one? Oh, it's Darabo and Murder holding on to them right now. Up top. Oh, wow. Bud, you are caught out. What a kill there by minion miners. Evening up the score now. And maybe going to give them a little bit of an XP lead because no one's soaking this top lane. They're not quite able to shut off that rotation. Actually, Arrow's going to see them start this camp up, and he's going to try to play Disruptor on a new Barak. Malthael just now respawning. A little bit of a walk back here to the top lane. Did not opt to go into on a Pale Horse at level 1. Instead, we see Death's Reach, which is going to help with that W. Maybe showing Tormented Souls as the pick. I'd be surprised, but you're also seeing Black Harvest, which these two in combination really signal Tormented Souls for me out of Malthael. We'll see, of course, at level 10. Greymane starting up the siege camp for ReGen Phoenix. On the other side, it's Phoenix and Alexstrasza grabbing their siege camp. They're timed out about evenly. Still no one fighting over this support camp, but ReGen Phoenix staying nearby. Phoenix taking a look at it as well. That's Marshall. And here come ReGen Phoenix. They're going to try to battle for this. They have XP lead, 6-5, but there you go. Level 6 now achieved for Minion Miners. I don't think they see what's going on. A little late to the show, and ReGen Phoenix can be able to get themselves a third item heading into this first objective phase. A very big advantage. They're even going to try to clear up this top before they make their rotation down, but of course, with this item control, that can make a huge playmaking change in these fights. We'll see how they end up taking it. So far, it's Minion Miners about 35% on the channel with Himibo playing that Tyrael standing on. Arrows nearby. Sees that Eldruins push him away. Yeah, okay, there goes the Nubrak walking onto the point. Now it's just Alexstrasza holding it. And the Nubrak not afraid to get up in the face of Alexstrasza. Here comes Tyrael trying to say, well, it's not going to be that easy. With level 7s here, Minion Miners are backing up, waiting for their own level 7 talents, just a moment away. Another turret has spawned on the side of Minion Miners. We'll see if they want to go for it. There goes Alexstrasza and Phoenix. Looks like that's exactly what they want to do. As the channel continues, the ReGen Phoenix now at 32%, starting to catch up to the 65 that was achieved by the Minion Miners. Himibo still looking onward into here. Throws out his Eldruins, going to step in with his team. Kael'thas going to flank from the top, throwing out a Flame Strike in the second item. He's going to move the Living Bomb first. Himibo starting to back up. Flame Strike just going to hit onto one of those turrets. Darabo and Arrow, the only two to take any damage in this fight yet, and Stukov, of course, holding on to a bio kill switch. I don't think the damage here is enough to really worry about if you're ReGen Phoenix quite yet, but those turrets have been dropped, and they will channel for the rest of this. 100% achieved by ReGen Phoenix, and looked like Minion Miners just didn't want to go in up against those turrets. They didn't feel big enough reason, instead want to make the defense up against this Protector. early game protector at that, which probably won't get too much value up against this triple DPS comp that Minion Miners brought to the Sky of Bounty. They do get through the wall here at mid, and Arrow's going to try to slow down this rotation, but just way too much counter siege damage. That protector is just going to get a wall and have to settle with that. Down bottom, Greymane's going to fall to Thrall. What a play there. Once again, Murderin finding something. Minion Miners now on top, 2 kills to 1. XP's pretty close to even. Arrow's trying to get out of here, holding on to a biotic emitter, barely dodging that gravity lapse. And you gotta think if that connected, there could have been enough damage there from Phoenix and Kael'Thas to finish him off. Would have been close. Protector's still alive, just floating around here at the top, throwing out what they can. Popping out will be Skutov and Orpheus. For ReGen Phoenix, Greymane just respawning after falling to Thrall in that bottom lane. Moving on to this friendly turret. I don't see the icon on the map, but it is 43 seconds for this other side until it spawns. Phoenix just going to protect Garbo on that camp. And actually going to try to make a play here on material. Himibo, though, great with his Eldruins, able to escape back to the fort here at mid. Kael'Thas still soaking top. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Kael'Thas. Sentinel camp has respawned here. The support camp is up and ready to go. Level 10s have been achieved by both sides, and it will actually be last rites from Malthael, not the Tormented Souls I thought it might be. Judgment is the play from Tyrael. That's exciting. And Purification Salvo, which I actually like seeing the Planet Cracker paired in with Judgment just a bit more. Because you get that initial stun. Oh, wow. Big apologies. I was trying to watch that camp while I was talking to you, but another gank and another kill. Malthael's down once again. Or was that his first death? No, second death for Malthael, one for Greymane. 3 kills now for Minion Miners. They were not able to get that biotic emitter, but they found the kill. And they're continuing to keep themselves in this XP game right now. 11-11, almost deadlocked on the XP bar as well. Arrow going to dive in on Murderin, but not nearly enough follow-up damage there. Control point B down the bottom lane, of course, we know is next. Greymane's going to start pushing in some of those minions into the wall, but I don't expect either side to have a true advantage in the lane with the wall still up. Really the true advantage coming when you can get that well down. Neither team putting a strong focus down here in the bottom lane at all yet. And I said B is going to be in the bottom lane, and I'm actually realizing how dumb I am, because B is not the second one. Or, I mean, C is not the second one, it's B. Alphabets and positioning, and maybe I should have had some more caffeine this morning. But that's okay. You guys are having fun, and you're probably not really listening too intently anyway. Still deadlocked. Both these teams should have level 13, I'd assume, before this objective phase starts up. Announcement coming soon, though. Should be pretty soon. There it is. Half a level to go for ReGen Phoenix. A little bit further away are the Minion Miners. But I probably expect Malthael to stay split for just a little bit. Here's Thrall in his face at mid. Showing up now is Garbo, going to throw a cocktail onto the wave. And with a turret spawning, looks like ReGen Phoenix know they want to get a little bit more item control before heading in here. Minion Miners, let's check their camp. Still a minute 28 until that's available. Support camp a minute 10, so the one item on hand, likely all they're going to have, excuse me, 2 items. Here's one as well on Marshhole. They're going to use this opportunity to push in on top, and this is great for the Minion Miners, but Arrow's going to respond to the Burrow charge in, follow up and fail. Orpheus not quite able to land the max bit of damage onto the full team, but ReGen Phoenix able to show up, get on this control point first with that item control they have. 2 turrets, 2 biotic emitters. Will be very tough to get through their front line. Here comes Himibo, though, with that Eldruin trying to move in, right back out as 13s are achieved for both teams, and putting them up on your screen now will be Sword of Justice. Material not going with the Holy Ground. We'll see if that pays off. One final abundance from Alexstrasza before I'd imagine they want to pull the ripcord here on getting on control point B. They have the Dragon Queens. They have every bit of their toolkit ready to go. And here comes Himibo trying to start it off once again on that Tyrael with the abundance on the backside, but he's stunned. He's going to silence, can't get inside of it. Last rites will take down Tyrael. The follow-up explosion will hit Darabo. He's able to roll away. Murder's low because of those turrets. She's trying to back up on her Orphea, but look at this. Dragon Queen ripping through some health bars. Ends up being a 1 for 2 so far. Arya trying to get out of here as much as she can as Greymane falls. Will be a quad kill for Minion Miners. Just Orphea, who barely escaped, was able to get out of that one. Minion Miner shut it down at 99%. Take over control point B. Will be 20 seconds until Stukov, the final of these heroes, respawns for ReGen Phoenix. And the Minion Miners are able to walk right over, grab themselves a support camp, and say, job well done, team. Looking good. Potentially about to pick up their first protector of the game. There is a camp down bottom that has respawned for the Minion Miners, but they're going to leave Thrall nearby, sending them back up to the top, knowing that ReGen Phoenix at 99%. They can't afford to give up any time if they get in here. Cocoon 2 seconds away for Arrow. With his full squad here, they want to get in here and take this fight right now. Mudge stepping up, Last Right's back online as well. There's the Cocoon onto Tyrael. Follow-up, big follow-up from Orphea with the crushing jaws. Taken down to our ReGen Phoenix. Here's Tyrael popping out of the Cocoon, but a little too late. ReGen Phoenix able to grab their second protector of the game. They get that double kill, and now only 3 here in defense for the Minion Miners after getting that great quad kill earlier. Still not enough to win them the objective. Phoenix going to be able to push in up top. Tyrael just trying to shut down this backline. Arrow doing a pretty decent job zoning out the Tyrael up against the Stukov. As the protector trying to finish off his top 4, still not enough siege damage in these things. Early game, just 11:40, and I guess the mid game we can call this. But still a little slow to rip through the forts. By the time we get to control point C is when it starts getting really scary. Going through their second fort of the phase. This is where they started the first objective phase with that first protector. They were able to get through the wall, but not enough of the fort. Arrow should be able to get through the rest of it. Yes, they do. Judgment interrupted by the swipes. Here's the Purification Salvo. But without anyone being slowed, that won't get any kills. ReGen Phoenix able to scoot away, getting rid of the Purification Salvo. Judgment, of course, back ready to go because it was interrupted. Very solid job there by Stukov. Arya playing that hero, able to shut down the Judgment with the swipes. A quick heads-up play. As ReGen Phoenix getting back onto some camps, they take a turret, they take the siege camp up top. And on the other side, Minion Miners going to match the pressure of the siege camp for the top lane, but they are up against some catapults now in the mid and the top. With Malthael showing up to clear up some of these minion waves, it's going to start pushing in a little bit, especially when we get the control point. See, those catapults can really send some teams for some confusion. Do you send someone back just to clear the catapults so you don't risk losing a keep in the top lane? Or do you just fight over C? So here we go. Counterattack up top. Judgment will land on the Malthael. Still trying to run away as much. But I don't think he's getting out of this one. There he goes. Malthael down. The Phoenix is dropped. And I'm just now noticing we have 3 Phoenixes here. We have F-E-N-I-X, played by Marshall. We have ReGen Phoenix. And we have Phoenix from Kel'Thas, his heroic charisma at level 10. Call it the triple Phoenix match. Great job there by the Minion Miners, though. Picking up that fort in the top lane means during control point C, they won't have to worry about the catapults because they have a match now. And in fact, it's time for ReGen Phoenix to start worrying about the top lane a bit because there's a siege camp still pushing. They were able to get that third fort secured down bottom up against just a solo Thrall. You see them now starting to rotate as 5, looking for fights together. Appreciate the bits. Lexi is showing up, always supporting with exactly 69. Curious amounts, Lexia. Arya reporting for duty in the top lane. Admiral Stukov throwing out the silence, trying to get through those health bars. Of course, very slow. Mudge going to show up with the Malthael to assist. And down bottom, the Minion Miners still trying to push in, throwing out another Phoenix and Kel'Thas. They get through this bottom wall, now trying to find the well as well. Flame Strike will secure it. Just about evened up in the bottom lane now too. Just the catapult pressure for ReGen Phoenix being the difference, but with that well being down, it's a little bit longer of a walk for them to use during this next fight. Control point C just announced 20 seconds away. Let's check some of these camp timers before we get here. 9 seconds and 12 seconds. Both these camps up very soon. I expect both teams to be going for it. Greymane already holding on to a turret. Gonna have to call a friend over. Here comes Mudge. Murder and Arrow gonna stay in the lane, pushing a few of these minions forward as Stukov, the only one on the point. Minion Miners able to grab their camp very quickly. Now gonna try to invade the opposite side. Arrow's gonna show up. Is he late? Phoenix gets the camp and the turret. They drop it immediately. Here's the Earthquake Purification Salvo, but it doesn't hit anyone. Purification Salvo whiff. Arrow's going to be able to walk away as the Phoenix is dropped as well. That is 3 heroics down for the cost of just the cocoon out of ReGen Phoenix. And with Phoenix taking that turret, I guess they had to trade one. They dropped one down and picked one up. So neutral exchange here on the hand, actually. But heroic advantage right now for ReGen Phoenix. They're just missing their engagement tool with the cocoon, but it's 40 seconds. It's not that long. They can even look to put some pressure in this top lane if they want. They can grab an enemy siege camp, which is available on the map, as long as no one shows in this wave. Looks like they're trying to avoid that, and they will. Minion Miners alone on control point C. They're going to start pushing into this bottom fort of ReGen Phoenix's. But with this big push started up top, 2 catapults, a Greymane, and a Nubarak, all these pieces, Minion Miners have got to start backing up right now. Instead, it looks like they're still pushing forward, sending DPS in. Tyrael, Thrall, Phoenix, they're still here at the top lane, as it's only Kael'thas in response. Phoenix, they're not scared yet. They have that cocoon up in 2 seconds. They're staying in onto this keep. It will be down. And now we're maybe starting to see backs. Still no backs. Checking out Minion Miners here. Still just working on this keep wall. Now they're starting to think about getting out, but Kael'thas is down, drops the Phoenix. Greymane on the core along with Orphea, Malthael, Anubarak, and Stukov. The swipe's coming out from Arya, trying to keep the team alive. But with this moving forward, this big move in by Tyrael, Darabo's getting very low. Crushing Jaws does connect on Tyrael. He's down. The follow-up explosion won't kill Arrow. The biotic emitter is destroyed as we see 2 heroes from ReGen Phoenix fall. Anubarak and Greymane, 2 that you really want to be here during the push. So I expect ReGen Phoenix to want to start backing up. There's Dragon Queen. Orphea's still going to hang in here. And there they go. That's all they can take. The Protector was picked up in the meantime. We missed that. It was left just sitting here. Marshhole going to hop inside. Alexstrasza still worried about clearing up the top lane. Where's this Protector gonna go? Gonna wait for a few heroes to respawn, it appears. Smart in the mid lane, clearing up some minions. Mining away are the miners. $10 seconds for Nubarak, 3 seconds for Greymane, still 10 for Thrall as well. 13 seconds left on the Protector, and this thing is all but wasted now. All it did was push up a couple lanes, mid and top. 5 seconds left, 98% on the health bar. No structures down with it. You don't see that too often, but maybe it was the smartest play the Minion Miners could make. Both sides at level 20, putting those talents up on the screen for the first time. As ReGen Phoenix going to start up the support camp again. They've shown they're not afraid to try to push this right in their faces up against their opponent's Minion Miners. Good job by Tyrael avoiding that burrow charge. There's the cocoon on the point. Swipe's coming out as well. There's the biotic emitter picked up. Tyrael popping out. A little late from that abundance, but Mudge's 85 health is going to fall. A 1-for-1 as Phoenix falls as well. Judgment in on top of Murder. That's Orphea. It's a double kill for Minion Miners, but Kael'thas falling on the backside to Greymane. It's a 2-for-2 with Malthael respawning. No one can stop death, baby. Back in the fight, and I don't think Minion Miners knew it. Biotic emitter drops, so Arya can stick in here. Murderin, excuse me, playing the Thrall. He's low, but Greymane's gonna hop on Westra instead. Will pick up the kill on Alex, yes. Mudge still in chase, has that extra length on the W, so should stick on top of Tyrael. No? Malthael not able to get back in there. 3 heroes dead though. ReGen Phoenix maybe trying to close it out right here, right now. Anubarak falling pretty low, 25% health. Arya's going to have to throw some supporting out as they're instead just going to work on this siege camp. Try to help them get a little bit extra push. Malthael's going to push the lane in. And I think I'd rather see them try to go for the second keep. I don't know if they get the core here. Malthael not the strongest structural season. Here's the judgment onto Stukov. Swipes are available. Arrows pretty deep. There's the Phoenix being dropped. Himibo surrounded. Tyrael trying to escape. Gets a little bit of speed. Last right's not enough to finish him off. Arrow's too low to stick in there any longer. He's got to run away. Mudge also low. Doesn't have his 20 anymore. So Malthael down now for 80 seconds. That's a huge kill for the Minion miners. Now rooting Stukov. Trying to warp forward is Phoenix, but he's getting killed. Very low. Gonna dodge the crushing jaws. And picks up another kill. That one on the Greymane. Still trying to escape his regen. Phoenix out of mana is a Nubarak. Throws out an Impale anyway. Gonna whiff. Himibo's low, but getting supported up by Alexstrasza. Nowhere to retreat to as the Earthquake comes out as well. Abundance drops at the feet of the Minion miners, trying to help aid them on this push. Gravity Lap's gonna miss. Arrow still trying to run away without mana. A Nubarak gonna fall. 65-second death timer. We're 21 minutes in on Volskaya Foundry, and these kills are starting to add up. Minion miners getting ready to start working on their first keep of the game. Top lane is their choice. They just got a siege camp to help push with them. And with these really long death timers, this could be the end of the game right here. All 5 heroes of the miners are ready to go. They still have Phoenix online for Kael'thas. Judgment available if they want to make an attack, but no, it's just going to be a keep. That's all they're going to want to take. They're starting to back up. A few heroes about to respawn, Greymane and Malthael. And instead, they want to work on this Protector, maybe work on the Biotic Emitter camp. There they go. So, constant catapult pressure now for both teams in the top lane. Mid and bot lanes also matched, with keep still standing for both of our sides here, as Kael'thas, the sole lone hero here on control point A, our fourth objective of game 1. ReGen Phoenix grabbing a turret. That's going to be their only item up against a Biotic Emitter and what looks to be a second item here, this turret that Murderin, Marshall, and Wezgra are working on. Here come ReGen Phoenix, 57%, 60% now channeled for Minion miners, and Phoenix is trying to shut them down, moving in on the point. Just Tyrael standing in here for now. All the heroics from both sides are online. There's the Phoenix first. Mudge under pressure, backing up on his Malthael. Still no cocoon yet from Arrow. Here's the crushing jaws, gonna whip on everything, but they do kill Kael'thas on the backside. Malthael's down, Orpheus down, a double kill, but Daramo showing up, going for the throat, getting the kills. Now might have to get out of here. Purification salvo, not enough. Greymane's still alive. Arrow has to stay on here because it's 99%, but he just can't. A Nubarak's gotta get away. Here comes Malthael back from death yet again. Has last rights. Probably going to use here on Wezgra, and they do. They get the kill. Darabo still low, trying to escape. Mudge, he's strong on Malthael. Can get extra healing, of course, with his Q, but he can't do it himself. Darabo's got to get in here, jump in, but Phoenix is going to shut this down, isn't he? Mudge gets the kill. They traded out, but 5 heroes down for ReGen Phoenix means Thrall, the only hero on the map, and at 99% will be able to pick up a Triglav Protector. Can he get it to the core? Orpheus spawns in 15 seconds. Stukov up in less than 20. Looks like he might just go for this bottom keep. Oh man, what a fight. 9 heroes dying. Almost 24 minutes in, and this game is still going on. Level 24 about to be picked up for both teams. Orphea has respawned. Stukov is up as well. A Nubarak not too far off. And with this long walk having to happen for all the heroes from the Minion miners, I don't know if they have long enough to push in. I guess a minute 25 left. Alex just spawning. Phoenix spawning in 10. Looks like they're going to wait, make one final push with everyone on the map. Grab this final remaining outer fort mid lane. Wezgra now showing up. Phoenix has respawned, making the long walk down that middle lane. Everyone from ReGen Phoenix standing behind this mid-keep wall. They're going to get a chance to make a defense on this Protector, and I wonder if this is the wrong play. Giving opportunity to weaken the health bar of the Protector is going to hurt their potential to push it onto the core, and ReGen Phoenix, I think, licking their chops into this. Himibo in and out once again on Tyrael. Shov's going to connect onto Mountfield, but he's able to get right back into the action. And yeah, 28 seconds, 21%. I think we've seen the end of this objective phase. Mid keep still standing for both sides. Both sides on a thread. You see about 20% here. On the other side, about 15% here. Very close. But neither side able to get those mid keeps down quite yet. Biotic emitter will be spawning, and looks like Minion miners know that. They're jumping right on top of it. ReGen Phoenix instead gonna invade the enemy turret. At this point, 25 minutes and 40 seconds on Volskaya Foundry. You've got to believe the next fight will win this map. The core of the Minion miners at 75%. They're moving right in front of Arrow. Going to be scouted out with that Impale. They really want to not allow this turret to be picked up by ReGen Phoenix, but they're just not able to get in there. Turret's going to be picked up, and the fight's taking place. Lazarite securing a kill on Tyrael. Follow-up explosion will hit, but the crushing jaws was so good from Orphea. Look at the earthquake value too, shutting everyone down. Biotic emitter was used, and it's keeping everyone alive for ReGen Phoenix. Tyrael, I think, held it and dropped it. An unfortunate circumstance there, and this might be the beginning of the end as Thrall being chased down to the bottom conveyor belt area. Orpheus here, Anubarak's here. There's the kill. A triple kill for ReGen Phoenix. Top lane is an issue. Catapults are mounting, but they have their own in response. They might just want to end top right now. They can go through mid as well. Might be a faster route. That's exactly what they're going to do. Finishing off mid. And now I expect right onto the core, already sitting at 75%. Not able to interrupt that warp is the new direct. But here comes Greymane yet again onto this core. Started it earlier, wasn't able to finish it. Phoenix dropped by Kael'Thas, and Darabo getting very low, looking for the supporting as Anubarak's falling. 60% on the core, and the defense is strong. Stukov very low, gonna fall. Darabo's the only one now standing for ReGen Phoenix. Another successful core defense coming out of this triple DPS comp of the Minion miners. 24-17 is the kill count. 10 kills for Phoenix alone. And that's got to be it. I mean, you hate to see it if you're ReGen Phoenix or a fan of ReGen Phoenix, but what a game here by the Minion miners. They're going to take it late. Yeah, Munch, you're down. There's no way you live that. 4 heroes down, 30 seconds, and with everyone on the map for the Minion miners, I think this has got to be their push onto the core. Siege Camp still up top. Catapults up top. Tyrael, the only one low. Mountfield just returning from death, going to try to help the team make a defense. Greymane also standing, has go for the throat. No last rites for 20 seconds as Phoenix is dropped. There's the purification. Salvo hits 2. Abundance at the feet. They're going to stand in, try to finish off this 4 health. Standing under this keep, though, taking some shots with Thrall. Here comes the Anubarak respawning. 2 kills, though. Mountfield and Greymane down is just a bug still standing. Arrow can't do it himself. Needs Orphea, and here she comes. Crushing jaws. Not enough to get a kill. Oh, they did kill Phoenix, but the core still taking damage. Kael'Thas trying to finish it off, and the catapults from the bottom lane will help assist. Game number 1 handed over to the Minion miners. Wow, well, that was a long game. 28 minutes and 30 seconds of you guys listening to Murda scream into a microphone. Here's the talent screen. Excuse me, the stat screen. I'll show you the talent screen as well, as we are in our match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. What a game there by Kael'Thas. 237,000 siege damage. Very solid play on both sides. Few unfortunate deaths, having to play a little bit aggressive without that sturdier bruiser was ReGen Phoenix. They died 27 times to just the 19 kills they had up against Minion miners. Here is the talent screen. Take a look before we take a short break. I need to catch my breath, get a sip of water. I hope you guys do the same. We'll be back in 4 minutes for game number 2. Welcome back, and thank you for your patience during the break there.
New
Just got
follower
done
detected.
watching game number 1 as the Minion Miners took out ReGen Phoenix on Volskaya Foundry. I want to say thank you for those follows, Ulysses and Cawthon. You guys don't follow me already? Well, welcome. Thank you for joining the family. Took you long enough. I see you said that, Ulysses. Took you long enough. We do have both our teams here in the lobby, but Minion Miners did ask for just a moment before we get started here with game number 2. Will be Battlefield of Eternity. Once again, a map pick by ReGen Phoenix. So we'll be getting started with draft number 2 in just a moment. I want to say shout out to everyone who's here tonight.
New follower detected.
Another follow coming in, the Fatman333. Appreciate that follow. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here tonight. I do have 2 more matches later this week. Tomorrow night, back here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG. It's another ReGen match. It's ReGen Blue. And they will be playing against Reborn. Nope, I totally lied. Tomorrow night is not ReGen Blue. Tomorrow night is ReGen Retro. Excuse me. As a Division A matchup against Rewind will take place at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then on Thursday night,
A
I will
new
have...
subscriber has been acquired.
Gosh, Ghost Dunk.
Percent in ICE.
Yeah, 6.9%. Nice. Yeah, so Thursday night with Ghost Dunk, actually, as we are talking about Ghost Dunk, will be over on the main channel, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series, hosting the Thursday night showdown. Hope to see you guys there as well. I'm going to check in with our team, see if they're ready to go, because I do believe it has been 1 minute. 25 bits coming in from Josh Sill. Appreciate it for that level 25 power spike. Yeah, what a game 1 was. If you missed it, make sure you go back and watch it. Went super long. I think we were 29 minutes, something like that, on Volskaya Foundry. Teams made it to level 26 or something. It was really crazy. A few core attempts by both sides. A few big kills that should have set up opportunities for the win, but it just never happened until finally Minion Miners were able to take it at the end. Here we go, Battlefield of Eternity for game number 2, as chosen by ReGen Phoenix, and it will be Minion Miners first to act on the right-hand side in red for the second time. Himibo with that captain's crown for the second game in a row. They banned out Maev to start off game number 1. Ana was their second ban in the top half. ReGen Phoenix decided to ban away Abathur and Falstead over on Volskaya Foundry. Here we see Stukov being taken away. This is a staple in the kit for Arya. Played in game number 1. Swipes were pretty good. Not going to be an option here in game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. Now over to ReGen Phoenix for their first ban. As mentioned, they banned out the Abathur and Falstead game number 1. Also, that Cho came out pretty late, but they're going to say, no more Phoenix. We are Phoenix. Phoenix banned out here on BOE. Back on over to the Minion Miners. Are they still scared of Maev? Are they still scared of Ana? No, they're going to get rid of Artanis. 2 completely new bans here in game number 2. Back over to Phoenix. See if they also want to change their bans up. 10 seconds for that decision to be made. Vono says, let's go both teams. Please, someone just end this time. Couldn't have said it better myself. Second ban here for ReGen Phoenix will be Tyrande, another new ban that we have not seen in game number 1. So both these teams trying to switch up their strategy heading into game number 2. A completely different map BOE is from Volskaya Foundry. So 2 different draft strategies as we see Li Ming is picked up first for the Minion Miners. She can poke away at those Immortals from a safe distance as long as she's protected. But when Mudge is on Alarak, Darabo's playing Sylvanas. This could be scary if you're Minion Miners. Alarak's so good at shutting down frontline. Kind of takes away moving into something like a Johanna who relies on having Iron Skin as an escape. You can't use it if you're silenced. And that's a double silence stack with the Alarak and the Sylvanas here. Pick 1-2 for ReGen Phoenix. Will be Lucio, played by Wesgra. And ETC for Himibo. over to ReGen Phoenix now. Their third and final ban of map number 2 is on the clock. We already see a tank and a support for Minion Miners, so I don't think they want to get rid of those. Maybe take away something out of the solo lane, something that can help race. They're just going to take away the Maiev. Not a horrible idea, especially when you see his ETC on the other side. Those Umbral Binds followed up by Power Slide can be so strong. Can even help set up a Mosh Pit as well. There's the Greymane ban. That was played by Darabo, game number 1. So strong here on Battlefield of Eternity. So a smart ban by the Minion Miners. A meta ban by ReGen Phoenix. We're back on the clock with the ReGen Phoenix. 10 seconds for the 3-4 picks. Still need a tank and support. Can put the Alarak in the solo lane if they want, but options there. It will be Johanna for Arrow and Jaina for Murder. This is going to be another light front line for ReGen Phoenix, which we've seen them do throughout the season so far. They haven't played a true warrior in that 5th slot playing the solo lane. Instead, they've been going with the Alaraks. Last game, you saw them opt to go with a Greymane and a Malthael. Just not really sticking with the big, heavy warrior bruiser types. Instead, trying to take that extra bit of damage into here. Thrall and Zarya are the final 2 shielding. And Murderin playing that Thrall in game number 1 got plenty of value with the Earthquake. Wouldn't be surprised to see that again here. Zarya, what a fun hero. I don't know if we'll end up seeing level 20. I think BOE should play much quicker than we just saw over on Volskaya. So I don't think we get to see the Silence Graviton out of Zarya at level 20, just because I don't think we're going to get there. But if we do make it to 20, Zarya will become an absolute beast with that Silence. The final pick is Ana for Arya. Now you've seen all 10 heroes. Once again, let me know in chat, hashtag ReGen or hashtag Minion Miners, who's going to win game number 2. Wow, game number 1 was so good. I don't know if I have any breath left to spit out any verse on game number 2 here, but nonetheless, 3 seconds left, and we're going to start loading into game number 2. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen. And I'm pretty stoked to see if either of these teams can walk away here with an early victory instead of a long-winded victory like we had on Volskaya. Keep my vocal cords intact for the rest of the week, please, teams. Once again, thanks for being here tonight.
New
Glad to
follower
have you.
detected.
Thank you for this follow. Just came in. Kobo ain't a hobo. Kobo ain't a hobo. Got it. Kobo ain't a hobo. Ain't a word. That's why I was confused. Don't hate me, but I got it. Hashtag ReGen from Repsychic. Our first vote is in. Another one from Gotilly. Rooting for the home team. Here we go. Game number 2. Battlefield of Eternity with the Minion Miners currently on top. 1 game to nothing. Over on the left-hand side, we got Arrow out of the gate first on Johanna. Murder playing the Jaina Darabo on the Sylvanas. Up top, we see Mudge here now heading towards mid. And last out of the base, it's Arya on Ana. Ladies and gentlemen, ReGen Phoenix. Over on the right-hand side, we got Wezra on Lucio. Himigo playing ETC. Marshall on the Zarya. Cermak of Cheese on Leeming. And up top playing Thrall, it's Murderin on Thrall. Let's go. Minion Miners here on the right-hand side. Teams with the unorthodox here. Both teams sending heroes to the top lane. Sylvanas is here with black arrows. Terrible to move on this bottom turret first. But the Minion Miners are here. They're ready to counter this. Arrow's going to shut down with Condemn and start blocking them away. Darabo trying to escape. Should be able to get out with a Haunting Wave. There it is over the wall. Back to safety is Sylvanas. Alarak made that run up to the top trying to help his team out. Left a little bit of the minion here. Just lost one of the minions up against Li Ming. Now pushing in with that orb. Full responses here, of course, from Minion Miner, sending 3 now down to the bottom. As Mudge will connect with his first Discord strike of the game. Back up top, Sylvanas pushing with black arrows. They get down one of those turrets early and are pressuring Minion Miner over this first minute of the game. ETC nearby, not yet scouted by either team, or by ReGen Phoenix. And here he comes with power slide, hits on two. Sylvanas in trouble. Burger playing that Jaina also in trouble, but once again, Haunting Wave, able to get Sylvanas out of another sticky situation. This time, gonna have to use a well tap. We're gonna check in once again back on the bottom lane and take a look at our level 1 talents, which we have not had a moment yet to look at. 2 votes came in for the Minion Miners. 2-2 is the final tally here from chat as to who we think is gonna win game number 2. Back up top, another skirmish. Airboat here playing the Sylvanas, and you saw the aggression from ReGen Phoenix already in this game, how they want to get onto these towers as quickly and as early as possible. And with 4 heroes in their face, it's making it a little bit harder for now. Johanna gonna set up the Blizzard for Jaina. Taking a lot of damage in on the ETC, and Zarya as well. Himibo now at 50%, gonna have to start thinking about backing up a little bit. But with minions down, ReGen Phoenix not wanting to play any further into that lane. They're gonna start rotating down to their bruiser camp, it appears. First Immortals will be announced here in about 9 seconds. Alarak still holding the bottom. Johanna's going to check up top and see no one's on the Impaler camp. And both their sides are going to grab bruisers. Be very close now to level 4. There they are. We can show you these talents before we get going to the first objective phase. Phoenix is going to hold on to their camp as long as they can. On the other side, it's going to be capped immediately by Marshall. Johanna still in the top lane. See if they want to stay and clear up those, the Shaman camp. Looks like they will. And on the other side, looks like Minion Miners thinking the same thing. They're represented here in the bottom lane. Actually, now moving on to the Immortal. They want to push half-time first. It's just Sylvanas here on the top. Darabo trying to work down the red team's Immortal. Kind of hard to show you both of these, but I'm doing my best. And that's going to be won by the Minion Miners, pushing halftime first, up by about, I would say, 1,500 HP. Heading into the second half, both sides looking to race. And as Jaina and Sylvanas get through this quick enough, Alarak, he's not the strongest feature on these Immortals. And will actually be ReGen Phoenix taking it by... No. That is Minion Miners taking. Minion Miners is going to push the top lane. Here comes the Immortal. It's going to have almost negative shielding. Very low. That was a pretty close race. It's an early Immortal. So 4-man defense here. Should be plenty to save the fort. But this wall I don't expect to stand at all. Zarya on top, throwing that laser beam. Doesn't care about anything, just gonna auto attack. Johanna Ironskin will be safe as the Immortal is down. Now looking at the well. They're gonna have to back on out as Arrow pressing in with that condemn. Wesker's pretty low on Lucio, trying to speed the team away and will be able to. Down bottom, Alarak versus Thrall. Maybe another fight taken up top. Still keeping eyes here. And that's going to be it. Checking up top. Lucio seeing no one's on the camp. Maybe calling his team. Yes, he will. Johanna now checking this out as well. Already mix now complete for Lucio. Hasn't gotten anything on Subwoofer yet. Sylvanas being responsible for a bit of this wave clear. Of course, you want your Jaina to be able to throw those blizzards and see his power slide coming in, but it looks as though they're saving a bit of the combo from Jaina for the most part. Or whipping that time might have done a considerable chunk on the Sylvanas. Great slow that time. Good combo of abilities. The Marshall's gonna fall. First kill of the game after level 7 was picked up by ReGen Phoenix. An opportunity to work on this camp in the top lane. There goes Sylvanas. Jaina's going to follow Johanna as well. Anna's going to throw the supporting out. ETC nearby. See if Himibo wants to play it or not. There's the sleep dart. Can't picked up by ReGen Phoenix. ETC's going to have to back on out. Immortals about 10 seconds away. Bruiser Camp's 50 seconds away. So neither side's going to have those up. But Impaler's pushing up top, and ReGen Phoenix going to try to defend them for just a minute. There's another good beat down. Himibo getting low, 50%. The slow's still there. Big blizzard and they get a kill on Lucio. Himibo's very low, has to use a well tap. Still at this wall with the Merc Queen is ReGen Phoenix. They're gonna get through this second turret on the top wall. Marshall once again very low, 100 health. Oh my gosh. Zarya almost falling, but does survive, has a lot of energy. Those particle grenades can start blasting through and help finish off this Taylor camp that's still here. But here comes Sylvanas. I don't know exactly how long until the black arrows are up, but with how aggressive they're playing this, you gotta imagine soon. Immortals are on the map, neither side looking at it, as Alarak's gonna fall down bottom to Lehman. Good job there. With a power play, I'd imagine Minion Miner is ready to start pushing up against this Immortal, which is on an offensive side, so they're gonna have to push onto the enemy side of the map here. 5 seconds until Alarak respawns. Phoenix can start working on their bruiser camp. And this should be halftime, no contest coming out for Minion Miners. There it is, halftime is pushed, a huge lead for the Minion Miners. ReGen Phoenix picking up level 10 first, though. We'll see if they want to get in here and take a fight. They're in the defensive spot, checking the bush with that shield glare is Johanna. But they don't find any Minion Miners quite yet, as level 10 will be here now, after that bruiser camp's picked up by the Miners. Barrier, Mosh Pit, Wave of Force, Graviton Surge, and Earthquake. Minion Miners back on the point, working this down. Silence coming out there by Alarak. Graviton Surge only going to hit onto one is Mudge. Follow-up Ring gets the kill on ETC before that Mosh Pit can come out. That's a huge one. Blizzard might get the second kill onto Zarya. Yes, they do. But not before Minion Miners are able to get their second objective of the game. This one should be pretty easy to clear up, though. 15 seconds for Zarya to respawn. There is a camp pushing up top. Sylvanas being sent to clear that up. It's getting value onto the sport. The well might actually fall here. Darabo not going to be able to save the well. Brawl here in response, going to land the root. A whirlwind. A little bit of damage onto Sylvanas, and Darabo going to have to start being a little bit safer as he's checking down bottom. Some Immortal starting to push in. 50% shielding still remaining on it. Arrow here on Johanna. Mudge up front. Going to land a combo onto Lehman. Now at 50% health is Sir Mac of Cheese. The Arrow's going to remain on this front line, knowing that ETC probably still has a Mosh Pit ready to go. They don't want to stack everyone up in the same spot, keeping back Ana, keeping back Jaina for now, as this fort is the first fort to fall in the game. Immortal still pushing, but the health bar has expired. Brawl still here up top. He's going to get the fort down. That's 2 forts during the phase. And now the XP is going to start kicking in for the Minion Miners. Might be their first lead of the game as the Mosh Pit hits onto one. Follow-up Ring hits onto 3. Barrier a little bit late. 2 kills already happened. Graviton on the backside. Mudge is low and will fall. But there goes the Zarya as well. Murdering on the Thrall falls. Only Wezgra playing Lucio survives. But they killed the Alarak, so the Sadism not going to stack up. Reset back to 100. Black Arrow is going to be used on an almost killed fort. I don't know if that was really the intended play. But nonetheless, they do get their first structure of the game. Opportunity to get a camp as well. Here they go backing up. Scouted out, though, by this sidewall. The Minion Miners should know that ReGen Phoenix is here. But being down those level 13 talents, don't want to maybe play too aggressive. Impaler can't grab before anyone can get nearby. And the Alarak showing down bottom. Has to worry about these catapults. Fort was picked up during that objective phase by the Minion Miners, and ReGen Phoenix have to start climbing back up out of that hill. Good work from them getting those kills, getting that fort. You see them now putting pressure onto this Impaler camp down bottom. Their bruiser camp in 45 seconds won't be an option for this objective phase, or at least at the early part of it. They don't really know where their opponents are, but nonetheless, they're going to start pushing in onto this bottom wall. Merc Queen is here with Impalers. Turret's down. And Immortal spawning in just 3 seconds. I think they're going to back on out of this, especially seeing level 13 is here now for the Minion Miners. ReGen Phoenix close by the enemy Immortal. Going to get first on it, setting it to 75%. Arrows holding that bush, sees them coming. And now here's the retreat. They're going to back up a bit, take a fight on their terms. Not under an enemy Immortal. Maybe the safer of the 2 fights. They have all the heroics ready to go. Mosh Pit, the only heroic 3 seconds away for ETC, and ETC might fall before that even matters. Barrier has to come out. Excuse me, the Graviton Surge and the Earthquake as well were used, so 4, including the Wave of Force, had to be thrown out by the Minion Miners, and it's only the Silence from Sylvanas and the Blessed Shield from Johanna used by ReGen Phoenix. I believe you just got a host, a raid. Jay's on hot, sending some people over. Appreciate that as we're watching game number 2 of ReGen Phoenix and Minion Miners, with the Minion Miners taking a thrilling victory in game number 1 of Volskaya Foundry. Here we are, 12 minutes in on PoE, and this is our 3rd objective phase of the game. The first 2 have gone over to the Minion Miners, and you see them trying to defend against this frontline push of Johanna, but Arrow's fallen low, a little low on mana as well. See if they want to regroup or take this fight. 8 seconds now until Blessed Shield's ready to go. Might be waiting for that. Graviton Surge up in 5. Still 20 plus seconds for the barrier. The ReGen Phoenix might actually be moving in on this right here, right now. Arrow caught underneath the boss and stunned by the Immortal. Ring of Frost follow up on the backside. Might get through some health bars. It does. It's a 2-for-1 trade for ReGen Phoenix, but make it 2-for-2 as Leeming finds the kill on Sylvanas. With that reset, it's going to be more. Arya very low as well. Triple's already there. Could be 4. Make it 5. A mega kill for the Minion Miners. And this Immortal sitting at just 2,238 HP will not be secured by ReGen Phoenix. And now the Minion Miners wide open. Gonna be able to get their 3rd straight objective. And this one's gonna be pushing on a keep and at full strength. Could be deadly. Gonna grab a couple of those globes there, gonna help the mana situation out. Leeming falling pretty low. Thrall also sitting at about 33% mana himself. They're going to make this push. ETC now rejoining. Zarya now rejoining. Level 16 just hit for the Minion Miners. Immortal with just a little tiny shield. But you don't need much post 16 when you're pushing in with Immortals. This keep is likely going to go down here. We'll see what kind of defense can come out from ReGen Phoenix. Ring of Frost just now back online for them. Murder's going to step up looking for it. Silence connected onto ETC from Alarak, but not enough to get the kill there. Here comes the power slide, and Arrow has to use Iron Skin, maybe a little late, trying to run away, doesn't have a well tap, and what a great move there by ReGen Phoenix getting the kills. Still have the Ring of Frost too. They're going to save the keep and get the double. What a play by ReGen Phoenix. How can they find value? They can invade an enemy bruiser camp here. It looks like that's where they're headed to. 26 seconds for ETC to respawn. 20 now for Thrall. Oh my, this could be bad for the Minion Miners. Blinded Zarya. Marsh Hole staggers death there. A big pickup and now a camp steal for ReGen Phoenix. 40 seconds till Zarya is back on the map. They can move in onto this keep with the Black Arrows of Sylvanas. And that'll match. Oh wait, the keep didn't fall on this. I was going to say it's going to match the catapult pressure, but this will be first keep of the game if Sylvanas can help get ReGen Phoenix through here. Bruiser Camp just showing up. The Shaman with those little puppies. Leeming's throwing out the orb trying to get through that health bar and will. As ReGen Phoenix trying to get through the health bar of this keep. They're out of minions. And they're going to back up, leaving it at 50% health. All the respawns are here in the next 2 seconds. Zarya is about to be up. ReGen Phoenix decide to work on the camp. Available up top is this Impaler camp. Alarak's moving on to the friendly Bruiser camp, but look at this invade attempt possibly coming out from Minion Miners. I think Mudge sees this. He does. He's able to scoot himself away. But ETC has a solo mosh pit for him. Is there an interrupt? I don't think there will be. Alarak's dead just like that. And you can't be afraid to use mosh pits in a solo situation. You get that 1 kill. Now it's 45 seconds with a power play during an objective phase for the Minion Miners. That was an enormous pickup. A very smart play by Indigo. Way to go there for the Minion Miners. Graviton gonna connect onto 3. Here comes the power slide. Also gonna lock him in. The roots coming out from Thrall. Follow-up ring from the backside from Jaina. Not gonna be enough to shut down the kills. Reset's almost there from Leeming, but not quite. They do get a kill on Jaina. And now with 2 heroes down, Immortal is open. Camp pushing up top, someone might want to deal with that. But they also want to get this Immortal. I mean, Immortal wins this game. You see Li-Ming starting it up. The rest of the team following suit. Here they come after stealing away that Bruiser Camp. Thrall sent to save the Keep. Is it too little too late? This Keep very low. This Keep gets buffed. Keep down in the top lane as ReGen Phoenix here during the halftime phase. Still 8 seconds for Jaina to respawn, but they know Thrall's in the top. They gotta play defensively. Here they come. Arrow gonna lead it off. 5 seconds for less shields available. Just gonna walk him off the Immortal for now. Jaina running back as quickly as possible. Thrall about to rejoin from this top flank. Gonna try to poke in with Li-Ming orbs, Li-Ming missiles for now. ETC trying to guard Sir Mac of Cheese. Thrall's also back here. 25 seconds till Earthquake's ready to go. Mosh Pit in 20 for ETC. Everything almost online for ReGen Phoenix. There it is with that Ring of Frost now back online for Murder. See if they find their avenue to poke in here. Arrow's still looking for it. Can't quite find it. There's a lead-off Discord strike from Mudge. Not going to be the spot Arrow wants quite yet. And now that's given enough time for Mosh Pit to be back online for ETC. Earthquake back online for Thrall. ReGen Phoenix not able to find it yet, but there's the Li-Ming. Follow-up Blizzard, and Li-Ming's down. No resets here, but there's a Mosh Pit on 2. Good sleep by Arya, and ETC is deleted. A double kill for ReGen Phoenix. With the keep down up top, they could end. Oh no, did we have a DC there in a critical part of the match? Looks like Thrall might have left. Oh, no. Oh, you hate to see that. Minion Miners playing such a good game here. To have Thrall DC in a critical fight like that. 46 seconds until his Li-Ming's back. 51 for ETC. Could be costly disconnect there. We'll find out. Yikes. Looks like he is back. Minion Miner's ready to go. Waiting to see if ReGen Phoenix is also ready. Wow, this has been a really incredible set between these two teams. And to see Game 2 possibly end because of a disconnect like that, you really just hate to see that happen. But if it does end up being ReGen Phoenix, we will get a third and final game. And with how even it's been, I know you guys at home would be thrilled to see that happen. Zarya is going to try to poke at it, but not quite as strong at poking as the Li-Ming was. Darabo and Murder trying to finish it off. And now with the lead, ReGen Phoenix almost through this health bar. Will secure their first objective of the game. This one coming at 18.5 minutes. Keep is down in the top lane. So this one will have to push through a fort and a keep in the bottom lane, shielding about 25%, give or take, for ReGen Phoenix here with their Immortal. They do have Sylvanas, don't want to discount that. Darabo with those black arrows ready to go here. Opting not to use it here wisely onto this first fort and save it for the keep wall. ReGen Phoenix now without their shield on their Immortal, looking for their second keep of the game at level 20. Their opponent's not yet at that mark. Black Arrows has been used. Immortal's ripping through the wall quickly, and there it goes. ReGen Phoenix now pushing on to the second keep of the game. Immortal dropping HP quickly, almost around 50% already as Li-Ming throwing out all the spells from a distance. The keep will fall. 50% now is the mark on this Immortal as ReGen Phoenix potentially trying to end just like they did in game number 1 where they were unsuccessful multiple times up against Minion Miners. This Immortal losing its health and the core still has its health. Mudge caught inside that Graviton but able to get away with Counter-Strike follow-up with that Blessed Shield keeping Zarya back, but the retreat is here for ReGen Phoenix, but can they get away? Arrow trying to get out, and Will with that Indestructible at level 20. Johanna still trying to survive as that Ring of Frost found the kill on ETC. Another push in by ReGen Phoenix potentially about to happen, but no, they don't want to risk it without their take. Arrow just not enough health to stay in there. They're going to fight to see another day knowing they have catapult pressure in 2 lanes. Opportunity now to take camps. In fact, stealing away a Bruiser camp can really shut down any sort of comeback mechanic here for Minion Miners as Thrall caught out behind the wall, but not able to be stuck there by Johanna without her blessed shield. Oh, this one's getting exciting. Both teams at level 20. We do see Talrash's elements coming out from Li Ming, so if she can cycle through, gonna do a crazy amount of damage here in the late game. Phoenix may be looking to move in without ETC on the map for another 10 seconds, but this is exactly what cost them in game number 1. They tried pushing in, and they just weren't able to do it multiple times. They're going to try now for the second time in this game. Arrow's holding the front line, but without minions yet again. ReGen Phoenix on the back foot. Johanna maybe can't even get out of this. Has to use Blessed Shield and Iron Skin. There's a double sleep dart just to get Arrow out, but you hate seeing a 60-second cooldown used right before the Immortal phase. I guess they had to. Minion Miner's going to check up top key. ReGen Phoenix not there. Instead, they have moved on to the Bruiser camp. And they are nearby a defensive position on this Immortals. This is the, I believe, 5th objective phase of the game after a very long game number 1. We're starting to look at a very long game number 2 as well. Camps pushing top for Minion Miners. Camp pushing bottom for ReGen Phoenix. Here comes ReGen Phoenix pushing onto the enemy Immortal. Playing aggressive this time, but it cost Arrow once on an enemy Immortal. Getting stunned out by Big Red. This time playing maybe a bit safer. Keeping an eye on his feet, perhaps, is Arrow. Minion throwing out her big magic missiles. The 5-stack. And ReGen Phoenix is able to get through this without any contest on the other side, pushing halftime. Very solidly done by then as Thrall's having to clear up that bottom lane. There is still this camp pushing up top up against ReGen Phoenix, but with the Immortals out, they want to get as much as they can. Wild. Arrow maybe caught out here. Still walking away. Has that Blessed Shield again, instead uses Iron Skin for now. Lucio trying to catch up with some speed, but not able to get in front of Arrow. ReGen Phoenix will be able to save this keep up top and still get back onto this Immortal. Li Ming's been sent over to the blue side with those Fireflies. Mirror Ball. That's a ton of damage. The ReGen Phoenix, they see what's going on. They push in knowing it's probably a 5v4, but Li Ming now rejoining. Iron Skin used. Ooh, big whip on the Graviton as Himigo's looking for it too. Not going to get a Ring of Frost hit. 2 barriers there as well, but kills. A triple kill for ReGen Phoenix. They lose nothing. Deathmosh not going to get the value that Minion Miners wanted. And with this Immortal, with no keeps up and 3 heroes down, looks like we finally will get to see a win here out of ReGen Phoenix, making their 6th attempt at a core in this set, and we're only in game number 2. Charging in onto Zarya, playing before the Immortal even gets here as ReGen Phoenix. Johanna's gonna hold up the line, and that will be it. Game number 2 will be handed over to the blue side tonight. ReGen Phoenix sending us to game number 3. Let's take a look at the match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Holy smokes, we have casted 2 games, 29 minutes and 24 minutes. Very long, very arduous battles here coming out from both sides. Darabo, our MVP there in game number 2, playing Sylvanas, led with siege and hero damage for his side. 3 kills and just the 1 death. Jaina also great with those Rings of Frost throughout the game. On the other side, solid attempts and a huge mega kill coming out from Li Ming. But not enough at the end of the day to secure the win for Minion Miners. We're going to be heading into game number 3. We're going to take a short break. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We have an absolute thrilling match for you. I hope you stay tuned for game number 3. Thank you guys for your patience there during the break. We are back here, getting ready for game number 3. The match had a scheduled start time of 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We're now approaching the 11 o'clock mark here on the East Coast. It's been a long, long night so far. Long set. We're heading into game number 3. Once again, we have a map pick from ReGen Phoenix. This one's going to be Infernal Shrines to close out the set. I want to say welcome to a few friends. I see Shingan-sama out there. What's up, my man? Psychic has been hanging out. One of my longtime subscribers and good friends. Thank you to everyone who's here tonight. A lot of you viewers, 32 right now according to my count. Thanks for supporting NGS. Thanks for supporting me personally. Appreciate it. Shout out to Jason for that raid earlier. If you guys are still here, thanks for hanging out. And you are in the midst of quite the match here between these two sides. But yeah, it's game 2 taken by ReGen Phoenix. Game 1 was a long one taken by Minion Miners. And game number 3, I don't really know if either side has a whole lot of momentum. It's been a fairly even match in both those first maps. I'd expect the same here on Infernal Shrines. We did see a completely different draft strategy in both those games. But yeah, I don't know what to expect for game 3. I really don't. We're waiting on one more. I think it's Himibo yet to join this lobby. You guys see Himibo anywhere? Tell him join the lobby. There he is. All right. We got 10 players. We got a caster. I don't blame him. I mean, it's been a long, long match. Thank you for those bits. More coming in from Slexia. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sending your total even higher. Mongoose showing up, throwing out the globe in a let's go. Appreciate you being here tonight, Mongoose. Trying to see what ReGen Phoenix has left in their tank. They just won game number 2. They're bringing us to a decider. But do they have momentum? As I was starting to talk about, I really don't think they do. I think it's just been too even to decide either way. And game number 3 is bound to be a thriller. Sit in your seats, stay in your seats, glue your seats to the floor so they can't run away with you sitting on it. You don't want to miss this game 3. You're in the right spot. If you haven't already followed, slap that follow button. We'll be here all season long, including tomorrow night. Here we go, game number 3. ReGen Phoenix and Minion Miners. We got Infernal Shrines. Alright, so for the 3rd map in a row, we have a map selection by ReGen Phoenix and a first ban for Minion Miners. They're back on the clock, 35 seconds. Having already taken out Maev, Ana, Stukov, and Artanis with their first bans in the previous 2 games, I don't think they're necessarily sticking to a straightforward strategy and instead worrying about what's giving them trouble. Was the Jaina too much to handle there in game 2? Was it something else? Maybe the Alarak once again, which they banned out in game number 1, which got through in game 2. Either way, I'm expecting to see some sort of counter ban here, not allowing ReGen Phoenix to get on the comforts that they've been trying to play tonight, including this Stukov, which was a participant in map number 1 for ReGen Phoenix. Can be banned out for the 2nd game in a row here by the Minion Miners. Who has map pick? This map pick was selected by ReGen Phoenix. Kel'Thas, the first ban for Phoenix here. Great on this map. Was played in game 1 to much success. Back on over to the Minion Miners. 10 seconds for their 2nd ban. We got Marshall with the captain's crown this time. Previously, I believe it was Himibo for the first 2 games. Deciding to make a switch there, as they are going to ban out the Alarak that Mudge played in game number 2. Don't want to put him back on a hero that he's comfortable on, and that, quite frankly, was able to get some kills there in the late game for ReGen Phoenix. Cotilli asking, so ReGen Phoenix brought us to Infernal? Yes, they did bring us to Infernal Shrines. They also brought us earlier to Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. They selected all 3 maps tonight. Alexstrasza, the final ban of this top half for ReGen Phoenix. And we're back on over to the Minion Miners with their first selection. We've seen them take a Li Ming and an Alexstrasza tonight in this slot. Alex is already banned. Do they want Li Ming on Infernal Shrines? I would doubt it. Maybe the Jaina here if they're trying to stick with a mage, or maybe something completely different. That's completely different. It's Ragnaros. Early pick here for Marshall. This is going to make ReGen Phoenix really start thinking about siege damage, because Ragnaros, with option to pick up not only a Lava Wave at level 10, but he always will have that Molten Core. A strong defensive hero up against Punishers is Ragnaros, and that's a smart selection, an early selection there for Minion Miners. But here we see two heroes that played vital roles in game number 2 for ReGen Phoenix. It's Jaina and Sylvanas for Murder and Darabo. And I think the comfort that they're going to have on these two, especially after getting warmed up in that long battle on Battlefield of Eternity, I think that will play to the benefit of ReGen Phoenix. But here we go, seeing Lucio and Falstead, who was actually banned out in game number 1. He's going to be picked up here in game number 3, and I want to see what kind of build Falstead's going to pull out. But of course, they're going to have that global presence now. They already have global or pseudo-global presence with the Lava Wave for Ragnaros, so there's going to be a lot of split pressure coming out from Minion Miners, and they're going to be mining those minions without even having to be in the lane. Gall's going to be banned out. And this is the second time we've seen Cho or Gall banned tonight by ReGen Phoenix. I guess doing a bit of scouting up against the Minion Miners and seeing they've played a Cho Gall recently. Maybe it was last season. I don't know. Do you guys in chat know? I don't know. Final ban though. Minion Miners on the clock before sending it back to ReGen Phoenix. No tanker support yet. They're not even going to use the ban. Marshall demanded the crown and says, I don't want to use it. No ban there for Minion Miners. So now Arrow with a lot of tanks to choose from. None have been banned out yet. Every single tank in the book. So maybe not really needing to select it yet. Or maybe wanting to get the one they want on this map. Oh. Double Orcs, Thrall and Garrosh. But I'm not a huge Garrosh fan on this map. It is Infernal Shrines every time you're in there on the shrine. You got Skeletal Defenders getting in the way of your toss. I'm just not a huge fan of the Garrosh, but if they can find the picks in the lanes, I mean, Garrosh is a scary hero. Especially for Ragnaros, who's going to have to be in the front line, throwing out those big mace. What's his big thing called? His weapon? Sulfuras, right. He's gonna be trying to slam down with Sulfuras. But Garrosh is gonna say no to that. There's Cassia and Blaze, the final 2 picks. We did see a very unorthodox tank play in game number 1 with Tyrael. Game number 3, we're gonna get a Blaze, another unorthodox. You don't see it every day sort of tank here for Minion Miners. Last pick, Deckard Cain. All right, we've made it through our final draft. Last game was a split vote. You guys could not decide. I got to ask you for the last time tonight, who is going to win the map? Will it be ReGen Phoenix or Minion Miners? Hashtag ReGen or hashtag Minion Miners. Let me know right now. Your votes are going to make the difference for these teams. I think we just give them extra XP when they get your votes. That sort of thing happens. I push the button. I call up Alan DeBeery and say, hey, can you start being the Heroes of the Storm game director again? And can you give some XP to the team who won this vote? No. I wish I had that power. Nonetheless, we sit here awaiting our game number 3. And I sit here awaiting your votes. Hashtag Minion Miners from New Flash. Blaze main tank coming out from Shingon-sama. He says, I think this will work. And we have loaded into game number 3, Infernal Shrines. Let me introduce the team on the left-hand side. Up front is Garrosh, played by Arrow. Mudge on the Thrall. Murder playing Jaina for the second time in a row. Arya on that Deckard Cain. And Darabo Played the Sylvanas pretty well in game 2. Going to resume duties there for game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, they are ReGen Phoenix. Over on the right-hand side, game 1 winners. We got Hemibo on Blaze, Sir Mac of Cheese playing Cassia Wezgra. Once again on Lucio. Up top, it's Marshall on Ragnaros. And down bottom, it's Murderin on Falstead. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Minion Miners. Got a high chat from Arrow. Love you, Nick. And also Fatlock33 if you're out there. Shoutouts from the ReGen Phoenix captain. ReGen Phoenix in an aggressive bush, but I believe they've been sitting out. Root attempt by Mudge, not going to hit. And leaving the bush now will be ReGen Phoenix resuming duties in the lanes. Up top, Ragnaros is already pushing a wave in. Thrall's got to make a long rotation to get up there. Will there be any minions missed? No. Thrall will show up in time. Mid, it's Jaina getting the clear, and down bottom we see most of our heroes. It's actually a 4v3 right now in favor of Minion Miners. Garrosh in big trouble, and that's going to be first blood of the game for Minion Miners. Very quick kill. 53 seconds in, they find Garrosh. Not an easy target to get down, but they are able to get first blood, and that's going to set them up for early game rotations and getting this early XP lead towards level 5. Level 4. Almost to level 5. There's some votes coming in now for ReGen. 4 on the tally. Actually 5, I think I see. Just the 1 for the Minion Miners still. So a lot of support showing up late here for ReGen. I know you guys are out there rooting for Minion Miners too. Would love to hear from you as well. Up top, Thrall versus Ragnaros. Looks like Mudge starting to get a little bit more aggressive here, poking away with those Qs at Ragnaros. Level 1 talents, he did go Echoes, so we're going to want to use them on some of these minions eventually. Get some of those waves low as both our teams are looking at siege camps. Minion Miners get theirs first. ReGen Phoenix not too far behind. We'll take a look down here in the bottom lane as Minion Miners eyeing Sailor Camp. Just going to hold the vent for now. ReGen Phoenix without any idea where they're at. We'll see if Minion Miners might be able to catch out the Sylvanas standing all by herself in the lane. Garrosh now actually going to walk on into the bush, find a Falstead. They know they're here. Blaze going to miss the jet propulsion. Wesker thrown back on that Lucio. But they're able to scoot right on out with a wall kick. Minion Miners will be fine here. Actually, Falstead getting rooted, but it's still going to be okay. Neither team able to get that camp as we see our first shrine will be activating in just 25 seconds. It's going to be the mid shrine, and according to the mini map, will be a frozen Punisher. Phoenix trying to finish clearing up mid where this Impaler camp is still impaling away at the minions and structures on walls of ReGen Phoenix. But Sylvanas is here. Jaina now showing up as well. Shrine is active, but Minion Miners not yet starting it. Leaving Falstead split down bottom. He has that global flight if he wants to get in here. Ragnaros, he's on the top flank right now. That's Marshall, making sure he's here for his team. Here comes that flight out of Falstead. Big jet propulsion making through on the backside as Ragnaros trying to help Q in that Blaze, but Sir Mac and Cheese turning into Mac and Cheese there. First kill of the game for ReGen Phoenix as Garrosh inside trying to shut down the Blaze, who's pretty low on mana. ReGen Phoenix tying it up 15-15, actually up by 1, 16-15. Very close here inside the pit as Cassia will be respawning in just a second. The Root's going to connect on Blaze. No mana as the Pyromania active, but Darabo not able to chase down that kill. Blaze will be able to use a well tap if he has it available. Probably doesn't, so going to rejoin Lucio here as ReGen Phoenix passing the 30 skeletal defender mark here. Now only 5 more needed to get their first objective of the game. Likely will be able to do it, and they will. Frozen Punisher awarded to ReGen Phoenix here in the middle lane. They're going to send Deckard and Sylvanas up top to split push during this objective. Actually, here comes Jaina as well, just Falstead here in response. Black arrows are down as Falstead taking a big chunk of damage. Down below 75%, has to use a well tap. Minion's going to join up with the rest of the push here for ReGen Phoenix as this Punisher at mid will be killed before getting through the wall. Let's see if counterplay happens. Yeah, Ragnaros hops to the fort, saying you're not coming any further in here. Sylvanas retreating, Garrosh getting on the mount. They're out of there, but if you successfully bait out a molten core, that'll be down for, I believe, 200 seconds? How long is it? Let's find out. 120 seconds. I didn't mean 200. I meant 120. Minor dyslexia there. Bruiser camp grab. Minion miners up top. Siege camp grab by ReGen Phoenix. And this is, once again, a Merc Queen for Sylvanas. Now Phoenix thinking about taking this second Impaler camp. It's still Thrall and Ragnaros all the way up top. Minion miners working on their camp. Phoenix moving on to this camp now, finding Blaze. Himiko might not be able to... Oh, wow. Smart direction on that jet propulsion. Really, the only way he could have gotten out was going through that middle path. He found it. Thrall's going to die up top. Ragnaros getting the kill, and now Arrows surrounded. He might fall as well. Garrosh does fall, a double kill in separate lanes for Minion miners. They get the Impaler camp. It can push in now down bottom. Jaina trying to hearth. Excuse me, Sylvanas trying to hearth, not Jaina. They look so similar with these skins. Minion miners able to push in now with this Impaler camp. They get through the wall and a turret. Lava Wave being sent down mid. We see that was the selection from Ragnaros, just as I expected. Garrosh going to take a little bit of that, but not too worried. There is going to be the big pull attempt by Cassia, but Valkyrie no good that time. Big combustion. Gosh, why couldn't I think of that one? Combustion by Blaze, but not enough. Murdering, falling low. Get some support and a kill. That turnaround fadeaway jump shot by Murdering. Snagging the kill on Jaina with the very end of that Hinterland's Blast. Great job by Falstad there. Someone clip that. Now Minion miners with a 2-level lead. Still no heroics for ReGen Phoenix. They're not worried though. You see them moving onto this bruiser camp, and you gotta expect that the enemies might invade this, but being close to level 10, they're willing to take the risk. Let's take a look. It's Warlord's Challenge. Ring of Frost. Probably Earthquake. Nope, it's actually Sunder. Stay a while and listen. And nothing from Sylvanas quite yet. But yeah, there it is. Gonna be the Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. Bruiser camp will be pushing up top during this entire phase. That was grabbed late by ReGen Phoenix. They're going to show up in here on even talent with their heroics ready to go, and still a few missing on the side of Minion miners. Himiko flipped over and taunted. No ring yet out of Jaina. Waiting to see it. There it is. Hits onto 3. Hinterlands hits 3 as well, but it's a 1-for-1 trade as Garrosh falls. Make it 2-for-1. Cassia falling as well as Blaze. ReGen Phoenix getting the better end of that, but without a well here in the bottom lane, they don't have any taps. Sylvanas low gets a potion, but Terrible might fall here. That meatball 100 health, still surviving. But with 25 skeletal defenders, I don't know if they can move in here. Not a lot of health, and I don't know if they get it in time, but they're going to go for it. Here comes ReGen Phoenix once again. Sylvanas in the bottom flanking bush getting some damage on Ragnaros. Marshall backing up, getting that healing reduction out, so Lucio can't support him back up. And now with Phoenix in the pit, there's just 3 away though. Minion miners able to poke it down with the Falstad. Murdering, playing it smart. So we got a Mortar Punisher bottom lane, full strength now for Minion miners. Back on the field are both those heroes who fell in that fight, and they have level 13s. They have that advantage over their opponents. This Immortal, the Punisher leaping onto 2 targets, being dragged away from the fort as Ragnaros trying to push in. Help his squad should have that Molten Core online if he wants to use it. So far, not opting to use it as another leap comes out from the Punisher. This one onto Jaina. Minion Miner is going to give up the rest of the push as Falstad up top trying to get some value. Cassie at mid finding some XP value. And ReGen Phoenix find themselves falling further and further behind in this game number 3 of what has been one of the longest sets I've been a part of here over the past few seasons in NGS. I mean, 29 minutes, 24 minutes. We're almost 2 hours after our scheduled start time. We have haven't had any super long delays. A couple delays, nothing super crazy. Phoenix waiting for level 13 talents, and they're not going to find it quite yet. Thrall's looking for it up top. A few more minions here. But can they make this defense on their mid-fort? Garrosh nearby saying he wants to try. Sylvanas showing up. Thrall making the rotation down. Still no level 13s. This wave does represent that mark, and they will be able to get it. Minion miners starting to back up. Conceding that. And not going to be able to get the fort down here before this next objective is. There's a bruiser camp pushing up top. The regen camp 1 minute from being ready to go. I don't know how long until the objective phase, but probably pretty soon. As Minion miners playing aggressive, seeing Thrall up top. They're making a move in here. A big connect on that scroll of ceiling, but no Ring of Frost. I'm very surprised we don't see Ring of Frost after that big setup by Decker King. The Minion miners able to steal the camp, walk away, actually get that fort as well. And they're just one level away from level 16. ReGen Phoenix gotta start thinking about a fight here. Thrall is still split up top. No catapults are here. Mudge still getting all the XP he can. And no fights have happened yet. Now just half a level left until Minion miners make it to 16. Phoenix still not thirsty for kills. Might be thinking about it now. Arrow starting to move forward, walking in some of these bushes. But they don't know where their opponents are. And they're not going to find them before 16. Smart play now coming out with the drive. They steal away this bruiser camp quickly. Our Minion miners help a false step. Phoenix here now in response, up against this bruiser camp, up against level 16 talent. Here comes a lava wave from the bottom lane, going to split this pressure, and that means Catapult will be up on that wall in just a moment. Arrow took a chunk of damage on his on his Garrosh up in the front there. Now here comes Thrall on a flank, has that Sunder available, but not using it yet. Shrine active, 10 seconds. Nowhere near level 16 is ReGen Phoenix. Looks like they're just going to play cleanup during this phase. Likely a full concede on this Punisher. First time we've seen this yet. Sylvanas trying to get use, split pushing with the black arrows, but look at the other side of the map. Minion miners starting to push it onto a keep. I don't think Phoenix can afford to stay here. You're starting to see the backs coming out. Thrall's going to stay here by himself as the rest of the team going to get back and try to defend this keep, but the Punisher just picked up. The rest of the team's already on this wall. Got down the turret. It's just this keep standing in the way of this Punisher and handing Minion miners a 2-1 victory over ReGen Phoenix. This one's an arcane Punisher, very strong at pushing in this middle portion of the game. Let's get those blazes on the ground. Valkyrie's gonna miss. Garrosh able to move back as not a lot of heroics left for Minion miners. We still see a whole lot for ReGen Phoenix. Can they get in here and find the play? Arrow walking in, finds the Ragnaros. Marshall in trouble. Here comes the combustion though. Blaze finding value, but can there be kills on the other side? No, not yet. Able to back away and get some health back from Lucio. Now inside the molten core is Ragnaros. 3 heroes down for ReGen Phoenix. The Punisher is killed. But with Ragnaros in there, I think this could be game. 30 seconds until full strength for ReGen Phoenix. They're trying to lock him in with the scroll of ceiling. Can Mudge get a kill? Not yet. 90% now on the core. 80% ticking down. This is core of ReGen Phoenix and Minion miners trying to end it right here, right now. Now 50% trying to finish off Thrall. We have respawns in 5 seconds on Garrosh as the core is sitting at 40%. Lava Wave was used down bottom, so Minions will be showing up too. 30%. Mudge still alive. Here's Garrosh looking for the taunt. Gets the triple stun with his Q. Ragnaros on the bottom side of the core. 5%, 4%, 2%. Game! Minion miners take an absolute thriller over ReGen Phoenix in 3 games. Whew. Well, that one was a little bit quicker at least. 14 minutes and 19 seconds, our quickest map of the night. It's the Minion Miners taking it 2-1 over ReGen Phoenix. Here's our match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. And yeah, you guys are saying it in chat, hard carry by Ragnaros indeed. First pick there by Minion Miners, and for the second time getting a win with what we're going to call a very, very unorthodox main tank position. Game 1 it was Tyrael, game 3 it was Blaze. But they're able to get those 2 wins with those tanks, and they get awarded the 2-1 victory here in this flex match over ReGen Phoenix. Here is the talent screen. ReGen just barely making it to level 16 at the end there. Solid lead, almost from start to finish by the Minion Miners. I'm going to try to reach out to someone here. Let's see what we can find. Try to get an interview for everyone. There we go. All right. Sweet. All right, so just invited Marshall, see if he can show up. I think they're sending someone.
I am here.
Murderin showing up for
the
interview.
Murder and Murderin.
I mean, this is perfect. I love it.
It's fucking faded.
Sweet name. Try to keep the language to a minimum.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
It's in my nature.
Yeah, that's okay. So, welcome. Congratulations, 2-1 victory, and that was one of the longest sets anyone's gonna play this season. How does your team feel after going through that incredibly long set against ReGen Phoenix?
Tell you what, it was pretty loud as soon as Marshall, killed that last little Nexus right there. We were pretty stoked. It was high energy.
You guys went with the Ragnaros for him in game number 3 with the first pick, and I was like, man, this could work out. They obviously have something in mind, and Lava Wave got value, and that final swing, killing the core at the end. It feels good to have that Ragnaros, right?
Yeah, real good. He killed it.
So tonight we saw you play a few different heroes. I think game number 1 you were on the Phoenix, is that correct?
No, the Thrall.
The Thrall. Right. Sorry, the Thrall. And the same in game number 2, that's right. Okay, so let's talk a bit about game number 1, Volskaya Foundry. It was the longest of the 3, and there were a few incredible core defenses from the Minion Miners. Can you walk me through maybe what the comms sounded like in those moments? Because you had, I think, 2 or 3 successful defenses of your core in that game.
Holding on for dear life. It was a ride or die moment. Like, it was defend or lose the game. So, and they pulled through super hard. I mean, I don't know how we defended half of those either.
Yeah, and I love the classic combo, the Earthquake with the Purification Salvo. You guys had really fun combination of abilities, and you pulled out in both your wins tonight. You had Thrall as a tank and then Blaze as a tank. Unorthodox picks there for Himibo. What is it with this team, and is this your style, or is this just Himibo style?
You mean Tyrael is a tank? The Thrall is a tank.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant to say Tyrael and Blaze.
We just we play it by ear, do what we feel like, and clearly it worked out this time. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy is just Himibo. Sorry, I'm saying first names here. He's just strong on so many tanks. He gets a wild hair up his ass, and he's like, I'm going to play Tyrael. And then there goes the Tyrael pick, and he did really well.
And even went for the judgment, and it worked out. I loved it. Then game number 2, we move on, Battlefield of Eternity. It looked like you guys had the lead. You guys were winning objectives. You guys were scaring them away with the Leeming you guys had. Seemed like the scarier comp. What kind of fell apart there for the team, and what was it that you were able to correct in game number 3?
Oh, there was no Alarak in game.
No Alarak. So it's just simply don't play against Alarak.
That last fight on our Immortal, we got in on the Alarak. He evaded almost all of my damage on Thrall, and then I popped instantly. That was an instant oh damn moment. Like I felt like we were in it up until that point, and then got it. And not only my fat finger exit the game, that did not help things at all on the one before that. So I mean, I kind of take a lot of responsibility for the loss to that
Okay,
game.
because if you go back and watch the VOD, you'll see I was like, oh no, did they just lose this game because of that? And
it would have been tried.
Yeah, I mean, you hated to see it, but at least you stepped in game number 3. You went onto the Falstad, which was a target ban in game number 1. I'm assuming they did some scouting against you, and you had a really...
I play a lot of Falstad.
You had a really nice Hinterland's Blast. I called it like a fadeaway jump shot on that Jaina in the early portion of the game, but that really started getting the momentum rolling for you guys.
Yeah, I've been called noob a lot. Yeah, actually, it's almost always Hinterland Blast, and I like it better. I mean, everybody's like, go the Gust, but if I can hit 4 people in a fight with Hinterland Blast, I'm coming out with another Hinterland Blast in 20 seconds. Last week, I hit a 5-man, and I threw 2 right in a row, and it just melted everybody. That's why, I don't know. I can't go Gust. It's not my thing. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not giving away anything, guys. I go Gust.
So you guys, after losing last week to Buff Chen and getting this win tonight, now sit at 1-1 in the standings. I believe your map record now 3-3. Anything you're looking forward to this season? Maybe some teams on the schedule you're looking forward to playing?
I heard through the grapevine that Jailbait's got some relations with Minion miners, and I'm eager to flex my new member status all over. Honestly, I'm super new to this game, actually. I just started playing this a few months ago. I just put in a ton of games over the past few months because I didn't want to come up and suck.
Well, I mean, you're doing good. This is your debut in NGS, then?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Welcome to NGS, and I hope you're having a great time. And I guess before
I really am.
Go,
it's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Before I let you go, though, I want to give you an opportunity. If you have any shout-outs, maybe friends and family watching, the floor is yours.
Ain't no friends and family watching. My fiance loathes this game.
Likewise, my friend.
But our boy, our sub Cole, he gives us a lot of good sound advice when it comes to how we should draft and all that. And he shows up for us. He's our secret OP. His name's Urdak, actually. Sorry, I keep saying Cole.
Well, shout out to Urdak.
He played last week.
Well, once again, congratulations go out to the Minion Miners. Murderin, thank you for having an awesome name, and thank you for joining me for this interview.
Problem. Have a good one, Buzz.
All right, best of luck in future matches. All right, Twitch chat, we made it to the end of the road. Minion Miners are going to leave tonight on top 2-1 over ReGen Phoenix. I've been your host tonight, Murda. If you want to follow me, check out down here. It's my Twitter handle, @MurdaRG. Of course, here on Twitch, hit that follow button. Subscribe if you really love me. On YouTube, if you're there, make sure you slap in a follow as well. Trying to get up to 100 followers on YouTube, so if you can follow the link from Nightbot in chat right now, just quickly hit the follow button. It's the best way you can say, Murda, I appreciate you and all the casting you do. It costs you $0, and it goes a really long way with helping me get some of this content out there for all of you. Thank you for being here tonight. I will be back tomorrow night with ReGen Retro against Rewind at 10 o'clock Eastern. Hope to see you guys there for that. But until next time, I've been Murda. You've been Twitch Chat. I will see you in the Nexus.